Hello and welcome to another weekly weigh-in video. For those that are new here, hi, my name is Rachel and I am currently losing weight on the 1-to-1 diet by Cambridge Weight Plan. I document my journey on Instagram here in this little corner of the internet, and I share with you the highs, the lows, the wins, the not failures, but the setbacks that happen throughout a weight loss journey. And I invite you to share your week stories, losses, questions in the comments down below. So this was week 23 for me. Doing step 1B, as I discussed before, I kind of moved back up to step 1B, and I needed 2.5 pounds this week to get my 6 stone loss. Now, if you're not familiar with my journey, let's just say every time I get near to a big goal, 3 stone, 4 stone, 5 stone, I tend to be about half a pound. In fact, at my 5 stone, I was a quarter of a pound shy of hitting my 5 stone goal. So I was more than expecting to jump on the scales this morning and see that I was like half, a quarter, a pound off what I needed to. And I had a larger loss last week, which is normally followed by my kind of standard 2 to 3 pound loss the week after. So it was what it was. But I stepped on the scales this morning and I lost 2.5 pounds, which means I've got my 6 stone. I am dead on 6 stone loss as of today. Sat here talking to you, I am 6 stone lighter than when I started plan on the 28th of December. And my mind just I literally cannot believe it. It feels like such a huge achievement. I know when I did my 5 stone loss video, which when you do this plan wasn't that long ago, I talked about how that felt like a really pivotal moment for me because it was kind of halfway in my journey. And now I feel like I really am on the side of getting to goal versus that uphill struggle that you have at the start of your journey. And it feels really liberating and it feels very empowering. Like it feels like, yes, I've got this, I'm going to do it. Like it's really, really exciting to think that in 4 months I will be at goal. Like it's just so exciting. So yes, this week, so every 12 weeks on plan that you do on step 1, you need to step up to step 2 for a week. I decided to bring that forward a week and step up this week because me and Jamie are off work this week. So I was thinking it might be nice to eat a meal together in the garden in the evening, or we're going out for a couple of days, so it'd be nice to take like something with us or what have you. So I'm stepping up to step 2 this week, which I'm really excited about. Now, last time I stepped up to step 2, I was quite nervous. I found it quite daunting, and randomly I've had a couple of messages this week from people who are on that first step up who are really nervous about introducing food, and I felt like that as well. And my biggest advice if you're doing that transition is to just look at it purely as a challenge, or 1 week challenge to introduce you to food enough to challenge you, but also to give you the confidence that you're no longer just going to binge on food. Like you've learned things over those first 12 weeks. Now at this point, I've done that challenge. I did that last time, and I did it when during quite a stressful time actually, and I got through it and it was fine. So this week I'm really excited for step 2. So I've got some really nice recipes that I'm going to share with you throughout the week that I'm going to try. Obviously the amazing Gemma and Yaz as well on here. I'll tag her down below. Have some incredible step 2 and above recipes. So today I'm going to be making some corn mince with chickpea tacos, like lettuce tacos. So I'll make sure to share those on my stories. But yeah, really excited for this week and to kind of try some new flavours. Like I feel like excited to get in the kitchen this week, whereas before it would have literally filled me with dread. So I'll make sure to bring you all along for that journey. Just reflecting on this week, it hasn't come without its challenges. It's probably been one of the most challenging weeks I've had in a while. More for like up here versus like anything else. So if you didn't see all my stories the other day, my little girl Poppy ended up in hospital this week. She had ruptured her eardrum and got an ear infection, or got an ear infection and subsequently ruptured her eardrum, so we had to go into hospital. And I suffer quite badly with medical anxiety, so day to day I'm absolutely fine, but when things like that happen it really triggers it. So that was really difficult to try and work through that and process it. And just thank you to everyone who joined me on my spontaneous live as I did my hair. where I just needed to kind of talk through how I was feeling, and it just reaffirmed to me how amazing this community is. Like, I truly feel like you've all got my back, and that I can kind of reach out and I'm not judged, and you all offer such amazing advice and lovely comments. So yes, that was really helpful. What then subsequently happened is we've had no sleep for the last couple of days, so she's really fussing with the sleep. Last night we didn't get sleep till like 2. I'm exhausted today, really tired, and tiredness is a massive trigger for me. And if you're a mum out there, if you're a parent out there, you will get that. And for me, when I first did plan, I think the first 6 weeks for me were really about figuring out like what is happening in my day to day that's making me want to binge. And you know, plan's one thing and getting used to the products and all of that, but if you're starting plan now, I would really encourage you to look at yourself a bit like a science experiment, which is kind of how I did it. And I was like, well, what makes this girl think that she wants to binge, or like what makes her think like I want to go and eat that? And for me, very early on, tiredness was a massive trigger, and it was like that last night. I was sat at like 1 a.m, exhausted. I'd been up since 6, and all I wanted to do was go in the fridge and eat Poppy's Milky Buttons and Milky Stars, and I was just like, oh my god, I just want that like energy boost. But I know realistically it won't give me energy. It will give me a sugar high followed by a massive sugar crash. And I learned then early in my journey that cycle was just continually getting bigger and worse and more often, and that's where the majority of my weight gain came from, was living in that cycle of looking for quick fixes instead of thinking, actually no, I'm just tired, what I need is sleep. If I cannot get sleep, then what I need to do is just be gentle and kind to myself and not expect myself to do all the housework, or not expect all of this from myself, or not expect all of that. I need to stick to all my products because they're going to fully nourish me, and that's what's going to make me feel better from the inside. I need to get a lot of water in. So yeah, that is what I've done. Don't get me wrong, I'm really tired today. Really tired today, but I find that on days like this are the days that I almost want to challenge myself a little bit and push myself a little bit more, to kind of show myself that I have moved on from that person that I was when I started plan. So you know, and that's really little things, like when I got up this morning, had a shower, and then I went downstairs, and the first thing I did was take the washing off the dryer, put another washing on, and did all of that. And the reason for that is because old me would have just been lazy all day and got a takeaway, probably gone to Costa or Starbucks, and all I would have thought about all day is what am I going to order later, what am I going to order later, what am I going to order later, and I would have sat on my arse all day and done nothing and been unproductive, and that would have made me feel worse, and then you're in that big cycle. So now I go, right, I'm really tired today, but actually I'm going to just do a couple of things that are going to make me feel good about myself and make me feel productive, and are not going to make me sat there just thinking about what I'm going to eat all day. And I think if you can recognise that in yourself and then use those tools, it really helps further in your journey. And that is why when people say this plan isn't sustainable long term, being on shakes and products forever, I mean, some could argue is sustainable, but in the lives we lead is not how we want to live our lives forever. But the only way you're going to therefore use the plan is if you also work on up here and your day-to-day, and you change habits in your day-to-day life, and you almost remove food as being like a really big thing, which is what I feel like I've done, which is why I think now going into step 2, I don't have that same angst and fear that I had the first week, because that first time I did it, food was still had a big hold over me, whereas I feel so much more liberated now from food. And if you struggle with food addiction or binge eating, or you know, overeating or comfort eating, you'll really relate to that. And if you're in the grips now where you feel like food has got a massive hold over you and it kind of consumes every part of your day, know that the longer you're on this journey, the more control you take back. So yeah, that was a little bit of a waffle, but what else would you expect from one of my updates? But I hope that made sense. And just to say that I'm really excited for week 24 that we're on now, really excited for stepping up to week 2. I'm really proud of myself for coming through this week and dealing with this week's challenges, which have really tested those skills I've had to learn in the last 5.5 months I've been on plan. And to get rewarded then this week by getting my 6 stone, like, feels incredible. Like, I feel just so proud of myself for that. So yes, let me know how you got on this week in the comments below. I'm going to take you on this journey of step 2 this week. I'm going to document all of my meals on my stories so you can see what I'm having, and of course I'll give daily updates on that as well. And then we will see when next week takes us. So like I've said before, when I've hit big milestones, I've got no expectations of this week. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, this is like the lowest weight I've been in donkey's years, so it feels absolutely incredible. So thank you all once again for your lovely comments, lovely messages, lovely words. As always, if you have any questions, do reach out. But I will catch up with you all throughout the week, and I will see you all again in next week's video. Bye.